Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
Hey there, you guys. How are y'all doing on Thursday? Let me see who's all in here. Hey there, Sam. Hey, Greta. Hey, Robin. Jacob. Yeah, we're actually going to go. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it because it's on their like Prime TV, YouTube-y, whatever thingy, the trailer. It's like 2 minutes and something. We're going to watch it at the end of this. This isn't going to be very long. Just letting you guys know now. I'm not going to be taking up a lot of you guys' time. I'm just going to show a video that I found on a channel called Dags the Curious. They basically went in and found the clip where Drip Drop over on Crime Circus put all the stuff together about Brent Kopacka and the blue collary looking material that was wrapped around, I think, a machete or something like that in one of his like pictures, I believe, wherever he lived. Now, this video is really, really good. I'm going to have the link for it down in the description box. It might already be there. But this is a link for this video directly. If you guys want to go over there to show some support to this video, because this one should have gotten thousands of views to debunk this a long time ago. There are people in the video that I just posted about the police report that I got about Buddy the dog's death that are still saying, but Brent Kopacka had his collar. No. Brent Kopacka did not have his collar. The owners had the collar before we even knew who Bryan Kohberger, the Idaho 4, or Brent Kopacka even were, because this situation happened in October. So this is just going to be really quick. I'm going to show the article. I'm going to show the law that it's quoting, so you guys get another, review of the reason why it seems to be a juvenile, possibly female juvenile, a female teenager could have been the one responsible. Just to clear this up some more, because a lot of people's theories are based on things that are either proven to be false already, or we can now prove false. And so whoever needs to recalibrate needs to do so with the correct information. So let's go ahead and see who else is in here. Hey, Misha girl, how you doing? Hey, Bonnie. I mean, maybe, but maybe not. Bonnie says, well, according to my math, not a juvenile now. Maybe, depends on their age. If it was a 12-year-old, they'd only be 15. Depending on the month of the year they were born. If it was somebody older, maybe. If it was somebody younger, maybe, but we don't know. Honestly, I feel like if they were 17, they probably would have been charged as a juvenile, and the law that's being quoted in this maybe wouldn't be quoted in this. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, Beauty for Ashes. Hey, Dawn. So much corruption. I know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we're definitely going to look at the trailer. Hey there, Justice. Hey, Batsheet. Hey, Dustin. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Vivi. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Cammie. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, I've got something to say. You got no notification. I know. No, I know. It even went so far. I actually contacted my contact at Raycon and said, is there some sort of issue with you in YouTube? Because I posted y'all's video and it tanked. I posted the 2 videos after y'all's video and it tanked. Is YouTube blocking the word Raycon? Like, is that the problem? I don't know what the issue is, but they're not pushing notifications. They're not pushing things out into the algorithm. And it's not just me. There's so many people on Reddit. There's creators all over the place. I'm getting comments about creators. There's more scams going around. I just watched a channel called Savannah Marie. I don't know what her content's all about. I've never seen her before. All of a sudden she popped up on my feed and it's about how she was contacted and her channel, just like the gardening channel that I brought you guys a while back, was hacked. And YouTube had like no contacts for her. She had to find people that had contacted YouTube's IT in like years previous to get the contact information. There's no humans that you can speak to over at Google, because Google is who owns this. Okay, ABC Corporation or what the frick ever. It's Google that owns all this, AdSense, everything. So they like took her entire account, changed the name of her account to some crypto name, like did all kinds of crazy stuff. All kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, you have to be really, really careful about what's going on. So I don't know. YouTube's crazy. YouTube's messing with people's channels and all kinds of other stuff, but that's not what this is about. Hopefully it starts getting its life together. Well, let me text my dad back. Okay, hold on. He had to drive back today. And he just got back home. And it's a long drive. And his doggy don't like that drive, but it's okay. He woke up. Hey, JB. Hey, Stacy. Hey, little Miss South. Hey, Corinne. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this video up here. Again, this is from... It is glitching. It is very much glitching. Even me over here, I'm watching like certain channels, and the first few seconds it plays, and then it like refreshes the page and the whole screen goes black for like half a second and then it comes back. People have been for the past few weeks now really acting like I'm deleting all their comments everywhere. I don't even get notifications for anything. Most of the time, whenever I get accused of that, I'm in the middle of Walmart. Like, what are you talking about? So I don't know. It's messing up all over the place. Hey, Jen and James, how you doing? Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Zon, how you doing? Wild. I know. So just try to keep... Also, check your notifications for the way that it is. Somebody else commented that they had it on all, but then whenever they went to go check it, it said personalized, and then it didn't have like anything. So it'll show you that your notification is set, but then like your settings for how they have it set go away or whatever the heck's going on with that. I don't ever set it like that, so I don't even honestly know. Okay, let me pull this video up because again, this is about Buddy and how a lot of people have... You know, and up until this point, I understand how there's been a lot of questions. And honestly, there's still questions. There's still questions. Just because this situation right here about Buddy the dog might not have anything at all to do with Bryan or Brent or anyone over the age of 18, doesn't mean that the questions regarding the fact that we didn't hear anything, even though we had our eyes on that area until Bryan Kohberger was pulled over by the police and his dad said something about Brent. You know, that was weird in itself. And now we've had like both of the judges accidentally slip up and say, you know, things that sound a lot like names that honestly, if they didn't have some sort of correlation to something that they're reading document wise or having conversations about, then the judges wouldn't know these names. They wouldn't make these slip ups. So there's questions. I know there's lots of questions. I'm very aware of that. I haven't really deep dug into it because again, I feel Brent Kopacka had a lot of mental issues, a lot like the issues possibly that have gone on with this Travis Decker dude who did what he did to his children and is on the run. Lots of PTSD, lots of problems. I've seen the videos of Brent Kopacka from Crime Circus's videos, and he looks like he's mentally distressed. So you got to be really careful about what you do here because sensitive subject. But this video that this channel did, again, is really, really good because it's to the point. It has photos. It has the information from the owners about having the collar. It has the information from Brent Kopacka's friend about what the blue on the situation actually was. This video is very well done, faceless, voiceless. You have to read it, but it's to the point. It's like 3 minutes long. This video should have gotten thousands of views to debunk this so long ago. Okay. This seems to be where the information came from, and he clips in, I don't know who, clips in Drip Drop's video piece. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing this here. Let me get my headphones on so I can listen with you guys. Turn on lights. Turn on. Thank you. Okay. I really cannot stand the fact that Amazon doesn't have these anymore. Or at least the affiliate link I used to have, it says the item is no longer available, which is sad. And I wear it backwards so that this mouthpiece isn't in my face because I use a microphone right here. Can you guys see it? There it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, this is Drip Drop. I don't remember how long ago this video was. It's been a while. But regardless, the articles with the information to prove all of this stuff was out. And I believe a couple of channels even, you know what, I'm about to flip this around. I believe a couple of channels even called this out, like whenever this happened, and people still hold on to this. Same thing about people still holding on to stuff about Bryan, even though it's been proven not to. That's why this stuff's important to go over. Okay, let's press play.
Let me direct your attention to this right here. What is with this ripped blue fabric / possibly piece of a collar here? Let me put a picture of Buddy on the screen here. Are these the same?
Now, I agree with the fact that Drip Drop believes these look very similar. They do. The leash type material is even the same texture. Okay, it's the kind you see at PetSmart, at Walmart, on collars for both dogs and cats, for leashes, for harnesses. It's that kind of, crisscrossed, type material. So many people have this. So many people have this. Not just that, but as you're going to see, this is a very young photo of Buddy the dog. Whenever Buddy the dog had all the situation happened, the owners not only, again, the collar was found by the body, but it was darker, like a grayish black maybe, or maybe it was black, but had been like dirtied and it's just older. You'll see. They put this together very well. Are these the same? Darren Duncan. This person who made this video specifically went and asked Darren Duncan, which is the friend, most of you guys who know about all this stuff know who Darren is, the friend of Brent Kopacka's that came out. He did a couple different interviews, just trying to make sense of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about what happened to Brent Kopacka that's very questionable to me. Especially whenever we hear that, like, this friend is the contact that the cops called, which is odd because Brent has parents that are alive, or at least he did at the time, as far as I understand. And he hadn't talked to Brent Kopacka in apparently like a while. So the fact that that was the story coming out of his like version of it was odd enough in itself. But regardless of that, this was Darren's response to the question that this creator asked about the blue in the photo. It's a string from one of my dog's toys, like the tennis ball with the ribbons that hang off. The little whatever always rips them off and they're always on the floor. I just picked it up and tied it on to kind of make it look like a ribbon. Something about blah, blah, blah. I mean, but that's really it. He said this is the first time he'd ever even heard about whatever the situation was with Buddy in the first place. I think that's probably all the text message of that one. And then this person shows the article. Okay, this is the article that most of us went over whenever we first heard about the situation. Of course, it was from the Daily Mail, but then we know that JLR interviewed Pam in the living room. You can see Jim walking around in the background. I mentioned that in my video whenever we went over this to begin with. The problem is that, again, Drip Drop put this video out whenever this information had already been out for like a while. Okay, small Buddy rescued. Small from, okay, this is the Buddy, older version of Buddy that ended up having the situation happen. Notice the collar is not this vibrant blue. Okay, the collar is dark. At this point, he's 12. Okay, they'd had the dog for, I believe, like 7-ish years. At this point, the dog's 12, as old as my dad's dog. Okay, older Buddy. Look at the collar, completely different. It's worn, it's faded, worn and faded. Okay, not just that, but as this person is going to show, when they highlight it, the collar was found. And what did the police report say? Let's switch to that real quick. This is the one that my members have access to in the shared drive that I created for the members on this channel. So again, if you're a member, go to the post in the community tab for only the members, and this will be down there, or go to the drive itself. It's there. What this specifically states, let's see. I don't know if it'll let me control F right here. Will it? No, it's not going to do it because it's not full text. It's not like more like a photo thing, the way that I have it open. I believe it even says it here. Because I think the distance was different. It was like 15 feet away from the animal or something like that. That's about the rabbit. And I'm not going to read any of this stuff. I said I wouldn't read any of this stuff this time. A lot of people can't handle it, which is fine. We went over all this stuff already. Okay, right here. The dog collar was found approximately 15 feet away from where the body was found. So this was already proven to not be a situation that needed to even be brought up or over-exaggerated or anything else when it came to this portion of Brent Kopacka's lore that this turned into. It was unnecessary. It was done for clicks, shits, and giggles, the way that a lot of people do things, and no one ever cared to come out and correct anything, which is insane to me because so many insane theories that have nothing to do with anything now came out of that. And again, it's fine to have theories, but they have to be based off of facts. So when people like, I don't know, Drunk Turkey and Steve come out and talk about a backpack that no one's ever heard of before, I question how much of their theory we can be paying attention to whenever they're bringing up things that are not factual. Case in point, they believe a backpack was used in this. They claim that it's in documents, and there's no proof of a backpack literally anywhere when it comes to purchases, when it comes to self-authenticating records, when it comes to anything. A lot of people's theories when it comes to Bryan is because they think that he used Buddy as a gear up, as practice. But are they going to change their theories and backtrack on anything now that they know that a juvenile was most likely the one responsible? I'm waiting for those things to happen. I haven't seen any of them yet. Have you guys? I don't know. Still waiting on that. But when it comes to the reason why a juvenile is believed to have been the one to have done this is because there's no reason for this to have been redacted, for there to have been any issues with it whatsoever. If this was somebody over the age of 18 and it wasn't related to a case that has a current gag order, okay? But there's rules. I got sent rules along with this stating that it was part of a invasion of privacy and blah, 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 blah. And then we get down here where it starts talking about a juvenile. And this part I will read. Records of investigation. Oh, let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger. As much as I can. As much as it'll let me. Because it hates me. I'm really thinking about changing this too. I've noticed that a lot of more people are using what you call it? Streamlabs, I guess it's called. So I might try that one. This is not going to do what I wanted to do, is it? No. It's really not. So I'm just going to read it. And again, the members have it in their in the share drive. Okay. Records of investigations prepared by the Department of Health and Welfare pursuant to its statutory responsibilities dealing with the protection of children, the rehabilitation of youth, adoptions, and the commitment of mentally ill persons. Okay. Somebody who is a youth, a minor, and is mentally ill, mentally disturbed. Somebody that is in the care or the custody or the guardianship or has some sort of situational connection with the Health and Services Department. Okay. For reasons of health and safety, best interest of the child or public interest, the Department of Health and Welfare may provide for the disclosure of records of investigations associated with victims pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 16, Title 16, Idaho Code, prepared by the Department of Health and Welfare pursuant to its statutory responsibilities dealing with the protection of children, except any such records regarding adoptions shall remain exempt from disclosures. This is about a child. Someone very mentally ill and disturbed. And the reason why I believe it's possibly a female is simply because, according to the police report, there was a female that they thought could have been responsible. They very much say, this person could have done this. It's a female. They've been upset about something. I don't even want you talking to them because it could trigger them basically to do something cray-cray is what it sounds like anyway, because they don't want this person talked to, or they didn't want this person talked to. But it was a female. That's why I say definitely juvenile, possibly a female. It takes away everything when it comes to the Bryan connection, when it comes to the Brent Kopacka connection. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for them to come out and all of them, whoever's theory it was based on, whoever, I don't care who it was, whether it's somebody who thinks Bryan's innocent or somebody that thinks Bryan's guilty. I really am hoping, just like we try to do our best at here on this channel with all the facts, that they come out and they change their accusations. Because even though, Brent Kopacka is not here anymore and we don't have any proof of a connection of anything, he's also not here to defend himself. And there's been years of, people saying that he was responsible for taking the life of a small, little innocent animal, a helpless, innocent animal. That's what he was being accused of in his death. So I wonder if people are going to come out and correct that. I sure hope that they do. 5 gifted memberships, RV. Thank you so much. And congratulations to those of you who ended up getting that. I did the one, I actually have a video. I don't know if it'll let me show it to you. Probably not. No, because it's in an app and not a thingy. I have already recorded one of him talking to Anjanette Levy. I know that he did another one about some sort of survey thing that they found. I skimmed through it and listened to nothing they had to say. I read the text off of it myself. I don't really see problems, I guess. Maybe I didn't hear all of it. I'm going to go back and read more of it. But I'm not going to listen. I just don't want to listen to anything that they have to say that they're putting or trying to interpret onto it. I want to read it for what it really is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So much of these things, I just feel like a lot of it. Yeah. See, yeah, exactly. So parts of it, I was watching some of the comments and not watching, but I was reading some of the comments and a lot of them were like, this direct speech is really common for people with autism. Like, look, I haven't had my youngest son tested, but I know for a fact that Don has some sort of flavor of autism. All right. He just has to, because he's very matter of fact. He doesn't take sarcasm whatsoever. Again, he's like Sheldon Cooper. He's very, very smart, but you can't play with him. He takes everything way too seriously. He gets offended literally over nothing, but he also can turn around and throw all the crazy at you. And he finds himself hysterical, but it's like technical stuff. It's very strange, but he's very much like this. Whenever I like read very direct things, and I always go back to the example that we were told about how a lot of women, or I guess 1 or 2 women or whatever in his class, felt like he was sexist because they would ask, questions about the assignment, and he would be like, well, did you read it? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to answer you like that too if I feel like you're wasting my time and wasting your own time by being here because you could have just done the work. Like, if I feel like you're being lazy, I probably would have just been like, well, did you even bother to read it? Why are you asking me? I mean, I don't see the problem. But yeah, I'm going to go in and see. Yeah, they do. They hella over-explain, really, really technical, all the things. So, like, I was reading it, and like I was reading the answers, and I'm like, sounds like somebody who has autism is answering questions on the internet. So, I don't know. It's sort of like the Dateline thing where like the more that they try to like come out and add to it, the more I'm like, everything that we've been told by the defense is matching up perfectly when it comes to all of these diagnoses and how Bryan Kohberger is. What's not matching up is everything we're hearing from the state. And even in this stuff with this survey, I'm still not getting anything else that makes me feel any other way, literally at all. So they're going to do better. They're going to do better than that. For sure. Do you really? The chat's messing up? There's got to be something going on with YouTube. Because the chat messing up ain't me. And if the things are refreshing and the screens are going black. See, Trey says his is fine. Trey says his is fine. That's why we read the documents damn straight. And look, it really caught me too, because how much longer do I have on this? I have about like 30 minutes or so of footage that I need to finish filming. That's filming needs to be edited. It's not going to be 30 minutes more of like actual stuff that you're going to watch from the 19 that's already on there. But yeah, I watched it. Was it this morning or was it yesterday? I guess it would have had to been yesterday morning. My dad's been here up until this morning, so I haven't really been on the computer doing as much. I think it was yesterday morning. Whatever. I watched the whole thing and reacted to it the way that I did the Dateline thing. Like, you're not gonna, well, there's like 2 or 3 clips of them talking in there because I really want you to hear verbatim what he says. But it's just enough. It's the same way I do with you guys with Nancy Grace. I don't overdo it because I know that if you're watching me talk about her, it's because you don't want to listen to her. If you're watching me talk about the intoxicated chickens and stuff over there, and it's because you don't want to listen to them. So very minimal, very minimal. But I will have to say, I went into it not really liking Anjanette Levy because she's part of like the mainstream, right? But then I really liked the way that she would like ask questions and just be like, yeah, but that's just what the documents claim. And she wasn't too impressed with the fact that he kept trying to act as if he was like somebody special because he claims to know where the other video of SV1 is. And he's just like, yeah, I know. And she's not really too impressed with it. So I don't know why or how that even happened. It didn't work out very well. And I honestly was just kind of surprised because mainstream treated him and his boys like shit. Remember whenever mainstream interviewed them and they basically made a mockery out of Daniel and Blue and the other guy? I'm just really shocked that he even talked to her to begin with. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm going to put that one out probably tomorrow. I do feel right. That's how I felt towards the end. Like, she's mainstream, so I don't really like, I already have like a bias towards mainstream people. But as I was watching her, I was like, okay, girl. Oh, I see you. Okay. I love her questions. I love how she pays attention. She pays attention. So I'll put that video out probably tomorrow. Honestly, tomorrow's Friday the 13th, y'all. And there's some cray crap happening in big cities. So what I'm actually thinking about doing, I have my second channel that I really never do anything on, and I'd like to get it up and going a little bit more because I'd like to talk about other things besides just sad, horribly depressing, disgusting things all the time. And I know like the riots happening are pretty like ridiculous, but I also want to talk about like regular schmegular stuff too. I might go live tomorrow night on my second channel and watch the riots and the news and see what else kind of crazy stuff happens because we have a full strawberry moon tonight, I think it is. And then tomorrow is Friday the 13th. And the world is crazy. Okay. Like some of you that have been here for a while know that I have like pretty strong intuitions about things that I have proven already to be factual when it came to my ex and a couple other things. The stories that I've told, like you guys have heard them. This morning, my dad went to leave and I grabbed my keys to move my vehicle out of the way. And I had like one of the worst panic attacks in my entire life. I've never behaved this way before. I instantly ran outside to the steps and I said, "You cannot leave. Something is going to happen." And I started busting out crying. That never happened to me before. And he took it serious because the grandmother that raised him was really like intuitive. And so when he saw my reaction, he was like, "I'm not going anywhere." He went and got Alaska, came back in the house for a couple hours. I calmed down, the feeling went away, and then he left and everything was great. No hiccups whatsoever the entire time. Even the traffic in the big cities was perfect. So I don't know if it's the full moon craziness or what's going on, but you guys got to be careful. It's been a rough week. Not only has the crazy stuff been going on my channel, but yesterday, because Dad was leaving today and Father's Day is this weekend, I wanted to take him to go and like do some fun stuff before he left. So we went to a town that's about 30 minutes away to go shopping at all the Goodwills and do pawn shops and go out to eat and all the things because that's what he likes to do. My battery goes dead at a pawn shop. No indication that there's an issue. I have no sluggishness. All of a sudden, battery dead. Holy crap. Geico, then some like construction guy that does mechanics on the side that pulls up in a purple Charger, jumps my car. We drive an hour because I don't want to be anywhere where the roads are crazy with the car acting crazy. So I avoid highways to get back to the house. It takes an hour to get back home. It dies the second I get it in the driveway. So I have to call a wrecker to come in jump me so we can get it to AutoZone because my portable charger that I have in the garage is not charging my battery enough. I've had a week. I've had a week. And then that crap happened this morning. And my dad was like, "Yeah, you've been right more than you've been wrong about this kind of stuff. I'm not going anywhere." And everything was fine. He went through everything and where he thought he was going to have problems, didn't have problems, and everything was fine. So tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to end up going over there. By the way, also, I made a second channel for this Idaho stuff for a reason. It's probably not going to remain on my channel forever. Eventually, the trial is going to be over, and we're going to talk about it. But when it comes to the hearings and, like, the beginning stuff, I really want to make just, like, an archive channel so that it doesn't just stay here for forever, I guess, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is go in, and I'm going to, one at a time, take my videos from the very beginning, and I'm going to basically like watch them like I'm reviewing them. And then I'm going to post that into the archive channel. And that's just going to be where it stays. And it's going to be removed off of this channel. And I'm just going to do it one video at a time, basically until however long it takes to get them all moved over onto this archive channel, even way after the trial, however long it ends up taking, just so that we can sort of refresh like all of the information. Cause it's crazy. I was going back and looking at my original video that I posted. We didn't even know who the frick Bryan Kohberger was, okay? Okay. No, I had heard about the Idaho case for like a week or so before I ever did my first video. My first video was about 2 weeks after, okay? No, about a week after. Yeah. I recorded that damn thing on November 21st and uploaded it on November 22nd on 11/22. Yeah, I didn't realize that until I went back to look at my back analytics today. So that kind of weird crap, that's the kind of stuff that's going to be like in the archive review video. That and my used to be skinny face. Maybe by the time I'm done with my review videos, my face will be back to being that skinny. Okay, let me go get it real quick. And then we're going to watch the Amazon thing. We're about to watch the Prime trailer. What's probably going to, I have Prime. If there's a way to get like a trial of Prime for those of you who don't have Prime so that you guys can do the free trial to watch this yourselves, I will find it. I will post it. Somebody, one of my couponing channels probably has something like that. Unless I can offer one off my Prime with the referral. I don't know how it works. If I find that, I'll let you guys know so you can watch it yourselves. This is not going to be something that I can just like show and review the way I can on YouTube. I'm going to have to do it the way that I did the Dateline stuff. So, which isn't really like too big of a deal. It worked out fine. It's just like a live review type thing. So we'll do that like the day, I guess, that it, whatchamacallers premieres. Okay. This is my second channel. This is the one I'm going to probably go live on tomorrow night to go over or watch live the riots, because again, it's going to be Friday the 13th, and some crazy stuff's probably going to end up happening. So that's the one for that one. And then this is the one that I literally made this channel today. I wanted to tell you guys about it today so that nobody went in there and tried to report it or anything like that. There's nothing on it yet, but this is it right here. Probably is going to do the first one this weekend. I'm going to go in there and download it and do a review of me watching it the way that I'm doing now. Be like, dang, this is what we used to think. Like, because the video is literally titled, like, in their beds, they were asleep. And damn, if that's like the farthest from the truth now. So it's going to be interesting to go back, because a lot of people have been wanting me to go back and see like what the differences are. And I think this is a good way to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this. See, we're already at like 35 minutes. We're really not going to be on here for very long, guys.
These kids were just having the best.
I am not ready. Okay, let me get this. See, every time I switch the page, do anything. See, that's why I want to try Streamlabs, because I was watching a couple other channels use Streamlabs, and it just seems like it didn't give them as many issues as StreamYard likes to give me whenever I'm trying to make sure that y'all can see me and the screen. And honestly, I'd rather y'all see more of the screen, because that's the information. But it always just likes to be just annoying. Okay. Oh, are you? Y'all are great. Okay, yeah. So, like, I'm gonna do one at a time over there, and it'll be an archive situation, but it'll be like a review thing too. That's why I decided to do it, because so many people have been asking me, and I figured that's the best way to do it. Because this stuff, it really does need like its own channel, because it's wild stuff. Okay. All right, let's see this. I'm going to have to stop it every 10 seconds or so, because I don't know if Prime's going to try to strike me for anything. I know that this is on YouTube, but just like with Dateline and all those other things, I don't know what they're going to try to do. So let's see here and see, because some people's reactions to this trailer, interesting. People's reactions are interesting. Okay, let's see what they are doing with this.
These kids were just having the best time of their lives. Nobody could have imagined what was about to happen.
4 University of Idaho students were found murdered in their off-campus residence.
The attack was targeted.
That was Ethan's daddy.
With a, quote, edged weapon.
I set foot in the house, and immediately Hunter was like, get out, somebody call 911.
The question everybody wants.
I'm guessing this is geared more towards Ethan? Which would be great, because Steve Goncalves has done nothing at this point to try to correct the mistake of trying to claim that Xana's door was closed based off of what Hunter said. Because, again, whenever Ashley Banfeld tried to redirect him, he said, oh, the door's on the outside being open. He completely went around it. It's professionally done. He's a great gaslighter. So hopefully the truth comes out in this. So far, I'm not mad about it. Let's see what they have to say.
Answered is why. Why these 4 kids?
This can't be true. I mean,
who's that? That wasn't Maddie's mom. Who was that?
This is Idaho.
Now, again, I don't dig into people's families, so a lot of faces I might not recognize. So if I ask who's this, and it's to y'all understand it, I just don't do all that kind of stuff unless I really feel like it has something to do with something. I'm not doing all of that stuff.
Kids supposed to be safe, going off to college, have a good time.
We were a big group of friends. Why would you target those 4? There's a big realization that we had been stalked for so many months. Then it can't be Bryan Kohberger, because the state themselves have came out and said that the stalking statements were false statements. Somebody want to explain that? The new one is coming from Amazon Prime, RV. See, yeah, I didn't even know that this was coming out. I saw a comment about it earlier today, and then right whenever this was getting started, somebody else in the chat was like, have y'all seen this? And I was like, oh, we about to? Yeah, stalked. Okay. And had no clue.
People were panicking. People were really fearful.
There's this person out there who had just murdered our brother, and he's still out there somewhere.
Moscow police put out very...
Dang, it's been like so long since we've like seen these faces talking.
Little information.
Rumors and speculation just started to fill the silence. How could they not tell us what's going on?
Yeah.
Dylan and Bethany were getting blamed.
Completely slandered on the internet.
I'm sorry. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, and regardless of how this ends up, little Miss Dylan has already admitted that she claims to have seen Xana, on the ground. And instantly her reaction was, she's passed out from drinking too much, meaning alcohol consumption, overload, possible medical situation. And she just goes on and starts, according to Dan, editing a bunch of party photos while her friend lays possibly dead for 8 hours. Turns out actually was for 8 hours. Yeah, I don't care. I don't even care how this turns out. Regardless, Dylan, who needs enemies? You got Dylan in your life? That's the worst you ever gonna find. I'm sorry, not sorry about it.
People were thinking that.
As a matter of fact, I really, like, as messed up as this sounds, I hope that that Xana's parents, whichever side, one of the sides, maybe does something about that situation, because that's been admitted already. That came out of the information that Dylan said herself in the documentation, that she thought that she had just had too much alcohol and on the ground from alcohol, and she just left her there. No. I want somebody to do something about that situation regardless. I don't care.
We were murderers.
We're getting death threats. People always suspect the boyfriend.
Somebody had sent a photo of my house. Now people know my address and saying I have something to do with it.
Yeah, them doxers. Pathetic.
I got a phone call from the officer, and he said that we have a suspect in custody.
I just felt my heartbeat go crazy fast.
You've seen that face before.
I know that guy.
Yep. Oh, they brought him back. Okay.
My mom said, "It's over." And I said, "No, Mom.
It's just starting.
It's just the beginning."
Interessante. That's going to be interesting. Not technically by L.E. Miller time. A lot of the stuff that was being repeated by Ann Taylor was stuff that came from the interview transcripts from the grand jury. I think it'll be really interesting. I want them to clear up the door situation. I want Hunter to be like, I never said that. That was never something that was ever said. I don't know why that was the rumor that came around. I don't know why they chose to came out. I mean, they probably won't. They probably won't, because they probably just don't want to have a bunch of drama, which, again, I will completely understand. But the fact that Steve Goncalves still has not come out here, and he's still publicly, at least, you know, up until the last interviews that he did, is throwing Hunter under the bus, basically, and not taking any responsibility for that, is just gross to me. Like, the truth would be great, because maybe all the questions, like that freaking door being closed, is what caused so much speculation about so many other things. You take that away, and holy crap, how many dominoes change? How many different directions does it go? I mean, damn. Right before the freaking trial. Wild. I know, and I don't understand why they haven't done more about this situation, especially whenever he blatantly came out. It is repeated several times. I have clips of it. I'm sure other channels have clips of it. He is putting all of the responsibility on the state for the reason why he's doing this. Well, they're not telling us anything, so we're just going to come out and here and do whatever, say whatever we want to, because they're not telling us what to say. He literally said that. It's not cute to come out here and lie. If you had factual information, and I couldn't say anything because he'd be out here pushing for true justice based off of facts, where that a parent should be. I'd be supporting him. We'd be Team Steve. Nope. Not with this kind of stuff happening. Definitely not. Definitely not. But I guess that's it, you guys. There's really, well, I guess I'll show you the document page real quick, and then we can get off of here. And that's July 11th, by the way, that's going to be happening. That coming out. So what is that? The 5th is a Saturday. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a Friday. It's a Friday. So that'll be what we do on that Friday night. I'm just going to go in and watch that. Okay, let me pull up the... I can show y'all. There's really not a lot going on at all. No really new documents. Nothing that we can actually see. Why does this always do this? Why does it not just automatically do what I want it to do? I don't understand. Okay. Okay. The only thing that they have here is stuff about amended exhibit charts and the fact that it's all being sealed. So whatever it is, we're not allowed to look at it. We're not allowed to look at it. Now, if we go to the case summary, again, everything is sealed. It's so hilarious to me. Hippler was like, oh, we need more transparency. We need to stop all the secrecy. Blah, 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 blah. Everything that they've filed since then is sealed. Everything. More exhibits. I just really want to know, like, what's being sent. I really want to know what Ann Taylor found in those tips. And you know, something that came, like, across my mind. What if the information in the tip that she came across is about Kopacka? I've wondered that. Because how else can you really explain the reason why both judges slipped up the way that they did? Unless something's in there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know who the frick it could be about. All I know is that they've sent stuff off for independent analysis of new evidence, or maybe new evidence, because there's new evidence being submitted, more exhibits for trial. Now we have some sort of emergency order. What is this? What is this emergency order? Okay. Independent analysis of evidence. The state is objecting to two different things that the defense has sent in regarding the alternate perpetrators, the original documentation, and then also, I hate that this is so small. I have it on 150, and this thing is still barely showing y'all anything. What a lame-o. There it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, so then we have defense expert analysis, more independent analysis, like lots of independent analysis papers, like it has to be for different things. Then we have mitigation witnesses, motion for access and fair investigation, the defendant's motion for access and fair investigation. So is that the defense going in and physically being like, I know this exists. You're not letting me have access to this. The only way this is going to be a fair investigation is if I get to look at this file, give me access. I wonder if this is going to be the specifics finally of what Ann Taylor has been saying with all of these different discovery requests is missing. Release of privileged and confidential work product, a defendant's objection to that. State's response to the defendant's motion regarding a special investigation. See, this is the defendant's motion for a special investigation, which would be completely different than the court's order for a special investigation on the gag order. So we have an emergency order here. We have new information coming in. New analysis is happening. Another emergency order? Is that two? That's two emergency orders. We still have no idea what this staying order is. We just know that he's keeping something going that he's already talked about, but he's not telling us anything. There's some stuff going on in the background. I need to know. Yeah, so the 11th is whenever that Prime thing is coming out, and then the 18th is whenever... Nope, the 18th is this month. So the 11th, whenever that Prime thing comes out, the next hearing after that is 7:30 of 25. Unless something happens in between the 18th and then that they need to address in court. But then other than that, it's exactly 1 month before the jury trial starts. Oh boy. But yeah, other than that, that's it. There's nothing else other than whatever that survey is that Daniel has over there, which again, I'll do a video on it probably this weekend. Again, I read the screen, and it sounds exactly like how Bryan Kohberger, if he's autistic, and the way that he's been described, you know, pretty on theme. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and go, because that's really all. There's no reason to take up any more of you guys this time. That's literally it. I proved what I needed to prove to you guys with the Brent Kopacka situation and Buddy, and I'll probably clip that the way that I need to clip the one for Bryan, and the way that, you know, other things need to get clipped. I have a whole list of things, but I'm going to go ahead and go. It's only 8:20 here in Texas, so there's plenty of time to still have a great night before going to bed, before waking up to Friday the 13th. Y'all try to get out and go see the strawberry moon tonight too, okay? Go out and get some moonlight. I'm hoping that it's at least a little bit pinkish. I've never witnessed one. I know this isn't like the first time in my entire 37 years of life, apparently, that this has ever happened, but I've never seen one or remember seeing one. So we've got lots of trees. Apparently there's like a sweet spot by the garage where we can see it. We shall see. But you guys have a great night. Y'all try to go see this moon. Let me know. Send me photos. Let me see what's going on. Don't forget, tomorrow night on my second channel, I'm going to be going live for Friday night craziness and these riots. Scary stuff. All right, let me do my little closing thingy-mabobbers. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, you guys. And I saw that Tara put one too, and I don't even think that I mentioned it because I was talking and it scrolled on past me. But thank you for the gifted memberships, and congratulations to you guys that ended up getting those. Let me go ahead and pop this on here. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Okay, you guys. See y'all.